Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the second priority is to bolster the digital economy, given the pressing need to generate jobs and return our workers to the employment market. Innovation and digitalization are fundamental within this context, as these enablers not only facilitate our efforts to reinvigorate economic activities, but also to safeguard the health and well-being of our people. We must therefore continue to innovate and leverage on new and emerging technologies that enhance productivity and drive development. Today, continuous innovation is beyond mandatory. It is a prerequisite for businesses to remain relevant, inventive, or at times cutting-edge adoptions and application of digital technologies is the very foundation upon which innovative business models are built. And these digital technologies are pivotal in supporting and enhancing the value proposition of businesses and entrepreneurs. The pandemic has shown all of us that technology can step in and sustain communities even when our movement is restricted. However, without sufficient infrastructure and close cooperation between the public and private sector, we run the risk of excluding vulnerable groups due to the lack of access to digital tools. And promoting digital inclusion and narrowing the digital divide by increasing investments in ICT infrastructure for these groups is therefore a must. The third priority is inclusive economic growth. I must stress the economic recovery and subsequently growth should ensure that no one is left behind. We must continue to adopt economic approaches that place a specific emphasis on women and youth, the backbone of the region's economy. The World Bank in a study indicated that a country's income per capita will grow significantly if economic barriers are removed or minimized for women. And this implies the importance for us to acknowledge women's contribution to the economy and how much bigger a role they will play in a more inclusive economy. The youth must also not be left behind as we turn our eyes to the future in a post-COVID-19 world. With youth unemployment expected to rise, we must ensure that the younger generation is equipped with the right skills and knowledge that enable them to contribute effectively to the society. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, when the history books are eventually written, future generations will look to us for lessons as to how the world responded to a global emergency. They will ask whether we have indeed pursued everything within our means to overcome possibly the harshest challenge of our times, and whether we found our resolve in our regional solidarity rather than individual solitude. How these questions are ultimately answered is relying upon our responses at present time. With those questions for you to ponder upon, I'm pleased to officiate the Apec CEO Dialogues 2020. Thank you.